Hi, good day, Skip. Hope all as well. Kindly
Good
give
day.
us an update on your injury and how are you feeling at this point, and what's your message to the fans of the Caribbean?
Obviously, good afternoon all. For me personally, yeah, I'm feeling pretty okay. I did some training over the last, couple of days or so, and I pulled up, pretty well. So, it's just a matter now of putting the final touches to it, and we'll see what happens. Tomorrow we still have a full, almost like 24 hours before the game. So, looking forward to that. And again, overall, as a team, I just believe that yes, we are all disappointed. Obviously, I'm sure some of the fans or most of the fans are disappointed with the position that we are in, as a team, and it's something that yes, we accept. But again, we have an opportunity, a couple of games to try to, sort of finish the tournament, on a high. And when I say finish the preliminary stages and see mathematically, where we sit. But I think the main focus for us is actually winning the two games, and everything else can sort of take care itself afterwards.
Go well.
Thank you, Brandon. Mr. Hakeem Green.
Hi, KP. You talk about winning the two games. You just not need to win. You need to win by some huge margins to really get it and then net run rate up. Is that added pressure? You guys confident that you could not just win, but produce some massive wins in these last two matches?
Again, in this thing called life and in sport, nothing is impossible. What I can safely say is that yes, the guys are confident. We knew exactly what sort of is needed in terms of from a run rate perspective, and we'll take all things into consideration when that match starts. But I also believe that it's very very important that we continue to go through the process of trying to improve each and every time as a team, and especially from a batting perspective. And that's going to be sort of the order of the day. It's an opportunity. Now guys can sort of take off the shackles that has been sort of holding us back in terms of obviously our batting performance out there. I said there's no secret about that. But having said that, I think it's very very important that we think about winning the cricket game and all the other possibilities that's around it as well. But the main focus is the opportunity to play another game of cricket is representing the Caribbean nation and the world, and trying to do some justice to our talent and what is expected of us as a team.
Prior to the tournament, there's a lot of talk about O'Shane being the X Factor player. I haven't seen him being unleashed just yet. Could we look forward to seeing the X Factor play the selectors talk about potentially being unleashed against the subcontinent team Sri Lanka?
All things being equal, all 15 players, sort of are available, for selection. I'm guessing that would have been said, at the start when, guys would have been, sort of, selected, for the World Cup. But as we have gone along and we try to select teams and combinations that we best see fit, and I can say that, as of right now, we haven't selected, our final 11 as yet. So for me to say that or preempt anything would be actually, wrong of me. But as I said at the start, all 15 guys, are available, for selection come tomorrow.
Gavin Richards.
Good morning, Skip. What's the mindset like in the camp? I mean, given the team that we have on paper, we're quite a formidable team, but I'm sure seeing that things haven't gone the way that we would have liked it to. What's the mindset like in the camp as we prepare for this big game tomorrow?
I think the mindset is good. From what we have seen the last couple of days, and even before that, um, even before the last game against Bangladesh, and the way the guys have actually, prepared and done, incredible things, in that aspect of it. I think the mood has not dropped in that scenario. As individuals, like I said, you're going to be, disappointed in how things would have transpired individually, for some guys, as well in terms of performance, because I can safely say that, yes, things have not gone as we would have liked, but the pride that these guys have, obviously, they want to still come out and give a good account of themselves. So, for us, the mood is pretty good. The atmosphere, the camaraderie within the camp is pretty good. Still a lot of smiles on the faces, and guys still trying to enjoy, the moment. At the end of it, we have an opportunity, and we still have an opportunity to play cricket. So, no need to be, despondent. Yes, we're in a result-oriented environment, or from a worldwide perspective, everything that we do is based on results, and the results have not gone, our way or how we would have liked it, to go, and that we accept and that we know. There's no secret about that. So the mood is up, guys are up. Again, we have another practice session again tonight, and heading into the game, tomorrow.
Lennox Aldred.
Greetings, Skipper.
And I
I spoke to a former player who was part of the 2016 winning World Cup team, and he said back then, you were there as well, that there was a lot of togetherness and the mental toughness was there in 2016. Would you say that the situation is the same with this team?
Well, I don't know which player you're speaking about. First of all, in 2016, I had to withdraw from the tournament due to injuries. So whatever happened on the ground, I can't actually, speak, for that. But what I can safely say, due to the togetherness that we have here, is of paramount importance and is very, very high. I think the guys are going in the right direction. We have having conversations of how we want to get better as a team and as an individuals, and we are conversating about how the tournament has gone for different teams to see if we can put some of the thoughts together in our game. So in terms of that aspect, as I can safely say, as I've said it before, camaraderie is good, mental toughness, guys being together. I don't see anything contrary to what maybe you're asking, but I don't know what happened in 2016. But what we knew happened in 2016 is that the guys won the tournament, and obviously that's actually going to be the benchmark of a lot of different things. So, for us, it's not any of those peripheral things. It's just a matter we haven't been able to get it together as a batting unit, on the cricket field.
What will be key for tomorrow?
Again, what will be key is that every individual play their roles. We have been clear on roles, on responsibilities, on flexibility, and I think it's just a matter of guys doing that, because if guys play their roles and play exactly what is needed, as one person mentioned before, we have a very, very good team on paper. But not being able to play a role and not taking responsibility and not being accountable to what the team requires at that point in time, from a batting perspective, I just need to be clear, we have not done justice, to our talents. And I said there's no secret about it. And hopefully we can get it right, and we have no other option but now to actually do it, and we might have to do it pretty quickly, as well.
Tahid Qureshi. That's the final indication of question I'm seeing. If you do have a question, actually, I'm seeing another raised hand from Gavin Richards. So after Tahid, we'll go straight to Gavin. If you do have a question, please proceed to raise your hand now. Otherwise, after Gavin, we'll be looking to end the engagement with Colin Benjamin.
Hi, Kieron. Just going back to the last game against Bangladesh, can you just clarify when you sort of picked up your injury? Was it during that batting innings, or was it something that had been niggling you previously?
Yeah, I know there's been a lot of chat of what transpired. It was just when Sheikh was bowling that over. If you rewind the tape and you go back, I chipped on the wicket to get a single, and then I felt it. And the end of that over, the physio actually came out, to see me, and we had a conversation and chatted about what's actually happened and what's going on. And I tried to see if I could have continued in that next over, and I realized that I couldn't, and I immediately informed the umpire of what is taking place and what is going to happen. So I always look at life, and especially cricket, that is bigger than one individual. I could have tried at that point in time to just stay there and let the ego and everything get the better of myself. But in anything that you do, team always comes first. And we had guys in the shed who we believed could have done the job maybe better than I am at that point in time, struggling with a niggling injury. And that's exactly what happened. So all the speculations as to everything else that has come out and people are saying and whatever, there you have it. Everything was done above board. Empire, was informed, and everything took place there and then. Being retired hurt is part of cricket. I retired hurt, and I was able to return because I retired hurt due to a niggling injury.
Sure. So just when you did return in that last over, so obviously you felt okay to be able to face a few balls in that last over.
What's the question?
So yeah, the question was, so when you so obviously you retired hurt in the 13th over, but you came back in the 20th over. So by the 20th over, you're saying that you felt well enough to come back just to face sort of 3 or 4 balls.
Well, again, when you look at it, you have an opportunity to return as a batter if you retire hurt, right? At that point in time, I felt a niggle. I went in. I could have gotten strapped up, took painkillers. The doctor would have seen me. In that period, I was all of about a half an hour, 35 minutes. So I don't know what you're trying to get at, but what I am saying and what I told you, this is exactly what happened and what transpired. So it doesn't matter what I think, what you feel, what happened. This is what happened in terms of within the rules and regulations I was allowed to. I was struggling with an injury. And again, if you want further clarification, if I was really injured or not, I'm sure you can get in contact with the Cricket West Indies medical department as well. And if they allowed, I don't think so, to show scans, you can actually see for yourself. So again, let's not speculate. I said this is what happened, and it has happened in how many games of cricket that I've played over a period of time.
Okay, thank you very much.
Gavin Richards.
Morning, Skip again. You mentioned that the batsmen, have been struggling. I just wanted to know, because we've noticed that a number of the other teams are also struggling as well. So how much have the conditions, in Dubai and whatnot played in your performances so far?
Again, when you look at it, sometimes you want the best of both worlds. The conditions, in all honesty, some of the pitches have been good, and some have been wickets or pitches, whereas there's something in for the bowlers and the batters, and we just as batters need to adjust. Because of the nature sometimes of T20 cricket, you don't have the time to adjust. So by the time you take to adjust, X amount of overs is gone, and you might have to take a chance. And then when you decide to take a chance, you get out. So I just think it's a matter of assessing it as quickly as possible and trying to play the right shots as quickly as possible. So the pitches have not been outrageously bad. It has been good cricket in wickets, but it has been challenging. And like I said, it's not only us as a team has struggled, but different players, world-class players around the entire World Cup have struggled as well. But they have just found the rhythm to actually compound everything together and get a respectable total. Whereas from our point of view, we haven't been able to cross that 143 barrier, right? And then sometimes that's just not enough at that point in time. So again, it's just a mixture of different things and assessment and understanding what is needed at that point in time. And the teams that have done well has assessed it pretty nicely, and they're able to post, big totals. Or if they're chasing a small total, sometimes it's easier to chase a smaller total than post, a smaller total. As you can see throughout the tournament, the teams batting second clearly had an advantage because they know what to expect and they know how to position themselves in order to win the game. So it's a collective thing. And I said, as a team, we try to work it out with our individual talents and try to get persons in the right places to get that job done. We haven't done it, but 142 in the last game was good enough. We were able to get over the line, which is a win. Were we entirely happy? Obviously not, but we'll continue to work hard and try to overcome whatever is in front of us.
All right, and no further raised hands, so we'll pitch out the CWI Media's Colin Benjamin to finish today's engagement.
Yeah, Kieron, two quick questions. Firstly, looking ahead to the game against Sri Lanka tomorrow, we know Hasaranga will be a challenge. So do you feel that the way the batsman played Shamsi in the South Africa game gives you encouragement coming up against Hasaranga tomorrow?
Again, yeah, I think we played Shamsi pretty well. That game against South Africa, and he has been a thorn, in us in the last series that we played in the Caribbean, because again, guys would have gone home and done their homeworks and get an opportunity to work out in their minds how they want to play, man. It's the same thing for Hasaranga. Obviously, he has been phenomenal, for Sri Lanka, for a long period of time, even in this World Cup. Last game, just getting a hat trick, there as well. He has done well against us, in the past. So he's definitely, a trump card, when it comes to their bowling lineup. But as I said, different players and different persons have different ways of combating situations. But as a team, we have chatted, about how we want to go about batting, certain individuals and what we need to do at certain periods of time. And again, hopefully it can come to fruition, in this next game. But again, it's not only about Hasaranga. It don't have to be him that game. You have to think about the Kumaras and the Chameras and all these guys. Everyone has a skill and a talent, in their own right. So we're coming up against Sri Lanka cricket team, and we're looking forward to, playing a good, solid game of cricket against that team.
Lastly, and on a funny note, a big buzzword for this World Cup has been matchups. Tomorrow, you will not be facing the guy you hit the 6 sixes while he's not in the squad. So, in that way, are you kind of disappointed you won't be facing him, or are you just happy to just do whatever Sri Lanka has to bring tomorrow?
Well, if it's one thing I could say, we can do it 36 runs in our over right now, the way we've been going. I could personally do that as well. But again, just like everything else, that's in the past. Again, that's long gone and long forgotten, as well, because of what the nature of the beast that is happening, in front of us, which is a World Cup. But again, in that same match, he got a hat trick. Dhananjaya was my teammate once in Mumbai. So, yes, obviously he's much disappointed not being in Sri Lanka's squad. But as I said, we could really do it 36 runs, right now in one over. But having said that, we just, take it as it comes and, look forward to the challenge. If there's one thing I can safely say from, myself is that we don't back down from a challenge. We don't hide from certain things. We accept, when things have gone badly, and we also accept the plaudits, when we're doing well. So me personally, I look forward to, the match tomorrow. I look forward to hopefully, getting some runs under my belt for the team, getting West Indies to a very, very good total if we're batting first or chasing down whatever is in front of us. And I'm sure all the other guys, as well, are looking forward to that. So we accept everything that has transpired our chin. We take it. We know we are disappointed. We're not going to sit here and be, arrogant about what has transpired. But having said that, we have an opportunity to still play another game of cricket and try to win another game of cricket, because long after us, cricket is still going to be playing. So this continues to be the foundations and the steps in stone, for future, as well.
Skip, I'm sure you wouldn't mind taking one more question from Mr. Shoban Madan, who I noticed had some issues signing in. Shoban, please proceed with your question.
Yeah. Hi, Polly. My question is to you is that how's your experience in a different kind of leagues and different kind of pitches has grown you more as a player and as a captain while taking decisions?
Yeah, the experience of playing all around the world obviously is going to be there. It's good that we are able to, play cricket and get opportunity to play cricket around the world and have, sort of familiar sort of conditions minds when we turn up to play, in a World Cup. We have been here, over the last 6 to 8 weeks or something with the IPL leading into this, and we still have mastered the conditions. And that's, to me, that's a good thing. That means that you always have something to work on and always something to challenge you as an individual. And no matter how familiar you are with a certain pitch or country or continent, there's still work to be done for you as an individual. And I think that's the good challenge, and that's the challenge that we accept, as cricketers. So again, in a big tournament, everyone, the world is watching. You have to be able to assist, and you have to be able to do it quickly. And some have done it, some have not, but we still have an opportunity, to try to challenge, ourselves in every aspect.